Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports
Great team.
UK.
My next guest back in action, going to be fighting at UFC 298, February 17th. It is Val Woodburn joining me here on the program. Val, how are you?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Good to see you back. I know we haven't seen you since that fight with Bo Nickal. Why have we had? What's been sort of keeping you out of the cage for so long, as far as your layoff going into this fight?
Basically, switching weight classes. Seeing what weight class is gonna be suitable for me moving forward into the UFC. So yeah, I made this transition to welterweight. So I should make my welterweight debut February 17th.
Okay, gotcha. Was it frustrating just because I'm sure you wanted to, fight right after the last one, but obviously, you got to make the weight. They got to obviously bring room for you at 170. Was that a really frustrating process for you?
Oh, not really, but it was frustrating because I know it was best for my career, and so what was best for me it was really frustrating, but I really wanted to get back in the octagon though, so I'm so excited to get back on 17.
Absolutely, yeah, and we're looking forward to it. Just quickly, anything you can take away from the Bo Nickal fight? It was kind of a weird situation, getting the call, kind of week before, and having a fight, a really good prospect up a weight class.
One thing I can really say, taking a fight International Fight Week, from that fight, it don't get no worse than that. There's nothing they can throw at me again that's gonna surprise me. I'm gonna be, nothing that's gonna be surprising. I'm already in there. You know what I'm saying? I got it out my system. I'm just ready to go back and make a 360 in the octagon.
For sure. And does this feel kind of like the real debut? Because you get a full camp, you're at the ideal weight class. Is you kind of looking at this one a little bit differently?
This is the real debut. This is a real debut. Going on a weight class where I feel at home, and I feel like I should definitely make an impact. I'm gonna be back around.
Let's talk about your opponent here, Elliott. 9-2 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I know he's a really good striker, really good grappler, but we're in the UFC, man, everybody's good. So I feel really good going in there with him. I feel like the matchup stylistically matched up. I feel like we're even, and I feel like it's gonna be a good one. So we're gonna throw it down. We're gonna set the pace for the night.
Absolutely. No, it's a really, really good matchup on paper. What about training camp? Who have been some of the main guys helping you get ready for this one?
Honestly, I just went back to my old boxing coach. Well, not my old boxing coach. My boxing coach I've been training with. I just went back with him and went back and tweaked some things. Went back to the basics. Basically tweak everything that all my holes and revisit all my weak areas and touch up on those areas and making the right adjustments, I'm saying, into this fight, I'm saying. So, because the last one was kind of a real, he couldn't even be there. So I just had Chris Curtis jump in there, I'm saying. We train together, but we don't really have a chemistry together. So it was kind of a weird set style. But now I have my coaches in my corner. We're locked in. We're ready to go. I can't wait to put on for Anaheim.
What about training partners? Who did you get to work with?
This camp, I don't really work with anybody on the UFC. I work with my friend, one of my great friends, that's same stylist, Jeremiah McDougall. I work with Nick McCarty, Mike Davis, Mike Beast Boy Davis.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Also work with him. A lot of guys in the gym that stylistically match up, and then that has the same build and the same identical style to them. So I feel like, that's going into the fight. I feel like I'm ready to go and ready to, like I said, show on and make a big 360.
Tell me a bit about the process to get down to 170. Is it just a lot of diet? Is it cardio? How are you going about competing in this weight class now?
It was a lot of cardio. Definitely a big change in the diet. You know what I'm saying? I definitely changed my routine, how I really go about stuff, because fighting at 185 and fighting at 170 is a different approach when it comes to the diet. And so it was a big mainest thing was the diet, and just bump up the cardio, alongside honing my skills and getting better and during this camp.
Awesome. Your corner, what will that look like? Who will be in the cage with you?
We got Julian Williams, Craig Duncan, and Mike Seguri.
Awesome. And how's this one playing out on February 17th? How do you see it going down?
Oh, I see Val getting his hand raised.
There you go.
Simple as that. I see Val getting his hands raised. I mean, it's an MMA fight, so I'm not one of them guys say, oh, I'm gonna finish this guy in the first round. No, I'm not like that. It's a fight. So I'm prepared for the 15 minutes. So whatever happens, happens. But I know I'm gonna get my hand raised.
What are some of your goals this year? Is it just, keeping active, getting used to this new weight class? Like, do you have anything that you want to achieve this year in 2024?
Well, this year, man, pretty much for the last 2 years, I don't fall for like 30 seconds. So this year, really want to stay active, get really comfortable in the weight class, stay active. This year, I see myself doing at least 2 or 3 fights. 3 fights this year. In God's will, moving forward, I want to stay active. I want to be present. I've been out for 2 years. I only fought for 30 seconds, and then as I did go my way. So I'm really want to stay active on the roster. So I want to be like a Kevin Holland. Just all day. You know what I'm saying? Call me, man. Call me. I'm ready to step in. You know what I'm saying? Anytime they need me. So I want to be that guy.
You mentioned Mike Davis. I know he's a big gamer. What about you? Do you game at all during your downtime? What do you get up to when you get that bit?
I'm always training, man. I'm always in the gym. I'm always doing something. There's no downtime for me. I'm always doing something, man. I'm always staying active. It's either me running my business or training. I'm always doing something. I'm always staying active, You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay active because once you stop moving, man, everything goes past you. I'm saying? It's like this fighting is like time, man. Once you stop, it blows past you because this game is evolving so quick. So many young fighters coming in, so many new styles. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop. You just got to keep going. The only time you stop is when you're retired, man.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. What type of business do you run?
I own my own landscaping company.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. How long you been doing that?
Going on 3 years now.
Nice.
Going on 3 years. Just landed. Actually, today I was just outside. I was waiting to get all the interviews in, but I just landed my first big commercial property with the commercial contract with the city. So I'm just getting ready for that. Getting some people employed and hiring, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Make the city better again. Keep the city clean and make the city look good.
How many people work for you?
3 so far.
Nice. Keeping it small. That's good, man.
Yeah, keeping it small. We're keeping it in the family. We got to keep it in the family.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at things happening in a big way this February 17th. It's UFC 298 coming up here, like I mentioned. Val, thanks for doing this. I know we had a few tech issues getting started, but I appreciate you sticking with me here. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, and by all means, if anyone wants to check out your landscaping company, let them know where they can find that too.
And check out, I'm going to give a shout out to my dad back home, Mr. Woodburn Sr. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna come on. We're gonna get this one. I'm gonna come back home. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna spend some time together. I know I've been gone for the longest, man, but you understand. We're gonna shout out to my dad. Shout out to my sister back home. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to the whole 876, man. I'm gonna put on for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to do it. Shout out to my supporters, my sponsors. Shout out to Brute Seltzer. I just got on with them to shout out to them. Really great product. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Iridium, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do without them. My best management company I ever come across. Shout out to Team Iridium. Shout out to the whole Jamaica, man. Shout out to everybody that's behind me. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to everybody that's have faith in me. And I can't wait to make everybody proud and, put a smile on everybody's face. You know what I mean?